Some of my plants are just volunteers that just happen to pop up. I have a habit of just throwing my seeds, scatter them a little bit. I try to throw them up on the hill a little bit so they can come up next year. Marigolds and different stuff. And my mulch pit, I throw all kind of vegetable all through the year. And this year, unfortunately, I got more cherry tomatoes than I wanted from my volunteers. So when I bring the soil from, I call it the mulch pit, but it's a compost. When I bring it over here and I mix it in to make this soil more nutritious, sometimes volunteers pop up, and this is one of them. It's getting towards the end of the season, but this was marigolds and some different stuff here. And eventually I decided to move to marigolds because this one got kind of big. So I said I'll give it a chance, and it produced like they all do. And unfortunately for this one, it's the end of the season, but under here would be a beautiful tomato plant. And I know a lot of people just pick them and throw them away, and unfortunately this one's the end of the season, so it's not going to produce. But I had extra room, so I'd throw stuff like that up on a hill because, you know, I don't want them right up against my flowers, obviously. But yeah, I love volunteers because, you know, on a Facebook comedian budget, I don't got much to spend, you know, so I gotta use what I gotta use. I do a lot of propagation. I'll buy a nice plant at the beginning of the year, and I will literally cut. I don't know if I can show you where on this one because it's old, but yeah, a lot of the times when you go up, you'll see you know, some of the branches that are come out. Do a little research on it, because if you cut some of those little branches that are coming out sideways, you can actually put those in the ground and they'll grow. Or you could dip them in some root hormone and do it that way. Some people feel more confident. I normally don't go a root hormone route, but that's how some people get their stuff to root quicker. Some people stick it in water, change the water every couple days. Eventually you'll get some roots. So, you know, when it comes to budgeting on gardens, I will take anything I can get here. The things I've propagated. I'll be telling you throughout the weeks and the months and the years, but, you know, this marigold, I'm obviously going to save some seeds from it. I'm going to let some of it go to seed, not too much of it, because this stuff will spread like wildfires. And then next year when it comes up, I'm going to plant a couple the seeds that I got, but the majority is I'm gonna propagate it. Once I get some propagated ones to grow, give it to some friends, just have some fun with it. I love trading, so if you ever got any good, you know, fruits, vegetables, I love to trade. Because right now I got a whole hillside I could play with. I'm on borrowed land. But yeah, I got a whole hillside up there. So I love to plant. I love elderberries. I love blackberries, raspberries. I'm definitely going to get those started up here. You know, got to have some fun with the garden. We're all going to learn from each other, right? Might as well share. But I wanted to just share that tip of, you know, how you can just take some stuff that's growing in your own garden. The volunteers, a lot of people kill them, but sometimes those are the best ones because they've been coming up in your garden for year after year. So when they end up in your compost bin, they're pretty ripe and ready for your soil. And those are sometimes the best ones to grow. So anyways, just telling you about my volunteers. Have a good day.